is not born but rather becomes a woman, which means when a baby is born, he or she is either a boy or a girl, but it is the society which makes them men and women. Gender is a social construct, not a biological construct. And here the inequality starts, as women are being stereotyped as weak, emotional, sensitive, subordinate and dependent, whereas men as muscular power, strong, intellectual, intelligent and independent. Both have an important role to play, and I think women's role is equally important as the role of men, as she's a daughter, then a sister, then a wife, then a mother, who gives birth, raises and nurtures the male and the female child. Men have other responsibilities like earning money and fulfilling the needs of their family, but still the work of men gets appreciated, whereas the work of women gets neglected. It is the society which is gender biased, and that is why gender justice is a burning issue. Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him, said, a person who has two daughters, who brings up them with the knowledge of Islam, is humble towards them, will be this much closer to me in Jannah. It's said by Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. One cannot deny the fact that by nature men and women have some differences, and women have some features which society thinks is their weaknesses, but it's wrong to place them in a criterion of weaker sex. Instead, we can call them a sensitive sex. As in the Indian cinema, which is the reflection of society and manifestation of circumstances, presents women only as dancers and singers, but rarely as pilots, scientists and teachers. No doubt nowadays nominal service is provided to them and they are elected as sarpanch and panch, but still the task of decision making is done by sarpanch patis, who treat them as their subordinate, not able to make decisions and policies. America, with a long history of freedom, recently produced a vice president, an Indo-American Kamala Harris. But still, equality is lacking somewhere. In our own culture, boys are the blue-eyed preferences, whereas girls have a role of nothing but a homemaker, a caretaker, and a nurse. What I have understood about gender equality is that both should be treated equally. The Creator has inculcated some features within her, like tolerance, love, honesty, patience, politeness, care, and ample of emotion. And men have other responsibilities. I remember a quote of Nelson Mandela. He said, freedom can't be achieved until women are emancipated from all kinds of oppression. She is a sister, a daughter, a mother, and Adam's first demand as a partner for his life. There are many myths in our society related to gender equality. One among them is women can't drive better. But let me tell you, it's statistically proven that women are much more safer drivers than men. So I think gender equality or gender justice is the equal opportunity for men and women to access, explore and exploit natural resources. It's about the sense of self-worth, social, political and economic upliftment of both with equality and equity. We should act as an agent of social change and curb this menace of gender equality. It's well said that charity begins at home. So let's start from our homes. Teachers and parents should give their children the sense of equality. And then one day our society will be gender neutral, gender equal, fair and just society. Lastly, I would like to share a couplet. ज़माने भर में बड़ी घर की शान बेटी से, महकता रहता है दिल का जहान बेटी से, जरूरी ये नहीं कि बेटों से नाम रोशन हो, मेरे नबी का तो चला खानदान बेटी से. Invite respected Mr. Muhammad Iqbal, Director of JSS, to share some important words with us.
All Media Press Association, mentors of this academy and trainees or students of this very academy. Assalamu alaikum once again. I first time in my life have seen a girl with such stamina, and she has compiled, concluded, and she has a very good intention and good example in prospect of Islam and natural equality of a woman. Really respectable. And I would like to share your views on good platform and a very high platform where we are going to organize and state level this conference. I will definitely invite you as anchor of that very program. So in advance, I'm one more thing which I will forget later on. A boy was here. He was just discussing the drug de-addiction. Actually, it is not drug addiction awareness. It is drug addiction control awareness. When we discuss, when he was telling one thing that is psychologically wrong, you need to correct that very thing, that drugs give us a pleasure. When he says there is no other science or no other theory to compile, to go through these very things, So rehabilitation and what has been going on, because I have been remained as a psychological student and I was going through different counseling sessions in state as well as outside the state, and right now I am heading one center sponsored project, and right now I am going to head one more project in